My name's Peter. I work for Zap Graffiti Arts. We work with schools, youth community-based organisations all across the UK, further afield. We do workshops promoting graffiti as an art form, and we paint graffiti at different events. We organise these events. It's varied, do you know what I mean? I think with recent years the word graffiti, I suppose, has become synonymous with certain famous street artists.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, as much as it's different to what I do, it's kind of raised the profile of graffiti, and I think in a more positive way. So. Yeah, and I think people are a little bit more accepting of the varied forms of graffiti or street art. You know, there's a kind of big crossover. There's, yeah, I suppose if you look back, kind of, into art history, people like John Michel, or I suppose, yeah, Basquiat, you know, Dondi, people like that, kind of made it quite big in the kind of art scene. And I suppose they could be seen as being kind of influential to a lot of other kind of art stuff, in the way that maybe, I suppose the perfect example is that maybe not so many adverts were put on trains before people started to paint graffiti on trains. You know, you used to get it on the buses, you know, like the kind of Bovril adverts and stuff, but maybe not so much the trains. So there's one direct influence. But it stems from kids messing around in places like New York, you know, developing their art form from a simple tag, which a lot of people associate with graffiti as the only part of graffiti, you know. But basically it all stems from a simple, you know, just a name, a signature, and developing it into, you know, a piece of artwork. This guy called Prism, who's from New York. From the Fantastic Partners, he sent us over for a show we done. So when you start to try out, there's not many places to do it. So, you know, at the time, you know, you might do it illegally, not necessarily in, like, you know, in like crazy places. It could just be derelict spaces and stuff like that, or people use their imagination to get spaces. Like, for instance, in town we've got like 14 or 15 different legal spaces where we can paint. The council have been supportive of us, but not particularly for the spaces. They're basically being gathered through different businesses and stuff, and different individuals, you know.
and it is artistic. I mean, it's an art form, it's not about vandalising. They're just trying to brighten up areas, and I think that once the graffiti looks good, it actually makes the whole area look good.
Daily Mail opinion of what art is. When you put walls around something, put it in a gallery and start saying it's this, that and the other, you're talking about something that's dead. It's like if John Lennon was alive, the city wouldn't be calling the airport John Lennon Airport. What he was like as a human being, and the way he spoke about mankind, like against fascism, they wouldn't have called the airport John Lennon Airport. But because he's dead, he's very easy to control. It makes it like dead patriotic, as they're selling the Beatles experience to people over in America or Japan or somewhere like that. But if he was coming here from Japan, and you get off the plane, you go to see this Beatles experience, you'd see loads of empty streets, shutters everywhere, and it'd be like the Death Star Canyon. And this is like, if you come here from Japan, you would think he was in a country at war, and you'd be like looking for these terrorists. Where are they? And it's just that it's a bit of theatre. They play the pairs of opposites on you to say it's either one way or the other way, and you've got to be in the Everton team or the Liverpool team. But when you look at it from the football manager's position, it's a totally different kettle of fish. And if you have a Daily Mail or the Sun opinion of anything in life, you deserve to go to prison anyway. You're unable to think. You're a burden to mankind. And you're just not helping us like get out the gutter. The government wants us to stay in the gutter so they can control us like a cattle system. Whereas free thinking, being a free spirit, is not part of that deal. Yeah? And that's what graffiti is: free thinking and being a free spirit.
So weird.